Neighbors and loved ones remember Jennifer Brown one day after her body was found partially buried outside of a warehouse in Royersford. I'm Jason Martinez.
And I'm Sheba Russell. Investigators are still trying to piece together what happened and who killed her. Jeff, what are you learning tonight?
Well, we know that this is a joint investigation. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office, his investigators, and the Limerick Police are leading this probe. This community, knowing that Ms. Brown's body was found yesterday, this community is clearly startled, and many of the folks that knew her are understandably grieving tonight. It was at the back of this warehouse near a stairwell and close to a tree line that the remains of 43-year-old Jennifer Brown were discovered partially buried. According to the Montgomery County coroner, it was 3 p.m. yesterday when investigators were called to the Limerick Township warehouse after a body was found by a bystander on the property and alerted local police. Brown, the mother of a boy in his teens and an 8-year-old, Noah, lived in this Limerick development where her blue Toyota remains parked and a grim memorial stands just yards from her home.
I hate to say that I didn't have the best feeling about this, but when somebody disappears, that's not like I'm going to the grocery store.
Carol Sprainer describes Brown as a happy woman, fiercely devoted to her young son, and friendly with a group of women in her complex. She disappeared on January 3rd after failing to pick up her son at school and leaving her personal belongings, keys, a purse, and her wallet at home.
I have to announce that we have found Jennifer Brown, who we have been looking for, and she is dead.
When she went missing, I was like shocked. You know, she has a young son, so who's going to take care of him?
If investigators with the county DA and Limerick Police have suspects they're not saying publicly, next-door neighbor Nancy Decker says she'd sit and talk with Brown as she watched Noah. She says Brown, a big fan of the Eagles, had recently invested in a restaurant with a local man, a friend. Decker says she's spoken with police, as have others here, and hopes for a quick arrest.
We cried. My sister-in-law was here. We both cried. We were upset. It's shocking. You don't know what to expect. So, and it's, by now, we're numb.
Now, Brown's remains were found not far from her home, and her people that live near here seem to know much about her life. They have, in fact, spoken to police, and spokespeople for the Brown family did not immediately return a call for comment tonight. But clearly, the remains being found have captured this community. Many are quite sorrowful. They are grieving, and the investigation is underway. Live here in Limerick at the police department, Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News, folks.
And Jeff, just the fact that so many of her neighbors knew her just speaks volumes as to the type of person, the type of woman, the type of mom she was.
I think it absolutely does. They call her happy-go-lucky. They say she loved the Eagles. She would wear her Eagles jersey every time the team played. She did have folks in her life. Her neighbors seemed to know many of these people, and many in the neighborhood, they say, have been down to talk to the police, and they did that not long after she disappeared on the 3rd of January, Sheba.
All right, Jeff, thank you for that report.